Hey, this is John, the owner of Cabinet Painting Vancouver. This is another video in our client education series where we go into detail about some of the most common questions that clients have when doing a kitchen or bathroom update. And the reason we're doing these videos is because we believe that better informed clients can make better buying decisions and find the service provider that is the right fit for their needs. So today, we're going to talk about the very easy way you can save $20,000 or more and more than a month on your kitchen renovation timeline. The answer is very simple. Save your cabinets. I could actually end the video right here because I've already given you the main points, but I'll explain in detail exactly how and why this is, along with some great ways that you can save your cabinets and massively improve your kitchen at the same time. Unless you're blowing out walls and doing a major gut of your home, most kitchens these days have a layout that is more or less maximized for the space. So if you can't drastically improve the layout, the only reason you would need to turf your cabinets would be if the cabinet boxes themselves are completely falling apart, or the cabinets were made 20 plus years ago and aren't constructed like modern cabinets. So when we quote a client on cabinet refinishing, they're sometimes a little bit surprised at the cost of giving their cabinets a new factory finish, and they might say something like, "But I can get new cabinets for almost the same cost." Now, nothing could be further from the truth, but homeowners can be forgiven for not knowing what is involved in getting new cabinetry installed in your kitchen. In reality, refinishing or refacing is typically 30 to 50% of the true cost of installing new cabinets. And the more cabinets you have, the greater the savings when choosing to upcycle them. Sure, if you went to a big box store, you could probably get the crappiest cabinets available without any customization and pay for them yourself. If you have a very small kitchen, this might be somewhere near the cost of refinishing or refacing them. But you're going to spend a lot of money trying to get those stock cabinets to fit your customized space. And there's a lot more than that to consider. So here's what's truly involved in ripping out and replacing your cabinets. First, someone knowledgeable in kitchen design has to measure, design, and order customized cabinets to fit your space. Cabinetry design is its own specialty, and you can make a lot of expensive mistakes if you try and go it alone. Then once all of the designs are finalized, you have to wait a month or so for the cabinets to be fabricated. So in the meantime, you have to demolish your entire kitchen, get the appliances out and uninstalled, and don't forget, you need a licensed plumber to cap off any water and drain lines. Then a reliable shipping company has to deliver those precious custom cabinets safely to your home. Shipping alone can be $300 to $1,000 or more depending on the size of the kitchen. Next, someone will need to install those cabinets, and they better be a skilled installer as everything has to fit to the millimeter in all dimensions. Installation can be 40 to 60% of the cost of the cabinets themselves. With no margin for dimensional error and 1,000 points of detail going into a millwork package, it's not uncommon for a couple of items to need to be remade or tweaked during the install. So now that you have your cabinets mostly installed, you have to wait for any pieces that need to be remade. Then they'll be finished, delivered, and installed. And don't forget, you'll need someone to manage and coordinate this whole process, and they probably won't work for free. If you're managing it yourself, expect delays, frustrations, and additional costs as you figure it out on the fly. And you hopefully don't have a day job you're stepping out on to manage this all, as that will be an additional cost to you. Now, your new cabinets are officially installed. It's been 2 months of takeout meals or Airbnb charges, and you're finally done. But wait, you still need new countertops, a backsplash, a sink, a faucet, paint touch-ups, and maybe even some flooring. Since you had to rip out everything, you're in for a full kitchen reno. So expect another 2 to 6 weeks for the latter half of the scope. If you had instead elected to refinish or reface your cabinets, you would have been completely done in 1 to 2 weeks, and you could have kept the countertops and everything else as it was. As an example, let's take an average Vancouver kitchen. If you would just have refinished your cabinets on your average size home in Vancouver, you may have spent about $7,500. But in contrast, to get your new custom cabinets fully installed costs about $15,000 once it was all said and done. And the total reno with countertops and all was a grand total of $40,000 or even more. So your total renovation time from the moment you started cabinet design to the day you completed your final deficiencies on your new kitchen could be 2 to 4 months. If you did want to update your countertops, etc., but elected to refinish your cabinets instead, you might land around $20,000 for the whole project, and it will only take 2 to 3 weeks. So you spent $40,000 and you got the same layout, similar quality cabinet boxes with a new look and maybe a few more drawers or floating shelves. Is that worth the extra $20,000 and 2 to 3 months of your time? For some people, maybe, but with mortgage rates what they are and a Vancouver-sized mortgage over your head, I think most people could think of a better way to spend the extra 20 grand. And I'll let you in on a little secret. When we refinish cabinets, we use the same products to finish your cabinets as we do on brand new custom millwork. So you're getting the same quality of finish on your cabinets as a person would who spent $100,000 on a high-end custom millwork package for their entire new home. Now let's look at the creative ways you can keep your cabinets with all the benefits that brings and still get the look, feel, and function of a new kitchen. Then you can take that 20 grand you saved and go on a month-long vacation with the whole family. When refinishing your cabinets, it's easy to completely change up your handles or knobs. This, along with a new color, can completely change your space. If you have the older face frame style of cabinets with the hinges visible on the outer frame, you can also have your existing doors drilled for the new hidden Euro style of hinge and even make them soft close at the same time. If your kitchen looks like an 80s suburban nightmare, you can just swap out the doors for a newer style with soft close hinges. With modern frameless cabinets, all you see are the door and drawer fronts when you look at the cabinets, so changing this will make it look like you got brand new cabinets. There's usually one or two things that really annoy you about your kitchen layout if you've been in the home for a while. Maybe you want a garbage or compost pullout inside a cabinet, a large pantry with pullout drawers, proper storage for your baking sheets, or pull-out spice racks. You can do this at the same time and improve the functionality of your kitchen with no hassle. Apron or farmhouse sinks are timeless, but they do need some work and some modifications in order to work in your kitchen. We've helped lots of clients do this by ordering a new sink cabinet made to support that extra weight and then adding a frame around the sink apron to make it look completely built in. If you have that raised countertop on your island and would love to have a large contiguous island countertop all on the same level, this is the time to do it. And it's actually easier than you think. You can also add cabinets to increase the size and storage of the island, have your microwave built into a cabinet, or add an overhang for seating. Now, if you hate that gap between the top of your cabinets and the ceiling, you know, the place where grease and dust go to party, then you can tackle that problem head on. You can either add a custom trim or crown to reach the ceiling, add new cabinets into that space for added storage and a beautiful final result, or even replace your upper cabinets with brand new cabinets that will extend all the way up to the ceiling. We've done all three for clients and they've all turned out great. 95% of the kitchens I see are great candidates for refinishing, and it's rare that I advise people to consider ripping out their cabinets and starting fresh. So there's really no need to spend another $20, $30, or even $50,000. People might think that cabinet painting or refinishing is a cheap lipstick or band-aid solution that's going to downgrade your home's value, but in fact, an experienced professional refinisher can make your cabinets look so good, your friends and neighbors will think you actually got new cabinets. One of the comments we actually get often from our clients is that they're surprised with how good the final result looks. So if you're in Vancouver, you have a kitchen, and you don't want to have to decide between college for your kids and a kitchen update, give us a call and we'd be happy to help. Because whether it's a college degree or a YouTube video educating you about renovations, we feel that education is important. That's why we've made this video series to help educate people on how to make more informed buying decisions, and we thank you for watching. Bye-bye.